777, aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, this is the Star Wars news, views, reviews, and interviews. Let's get on with it. So, making the news this time around, UK, that's the United Kingdom, that's England, will be getting Solo, a Star Wars story, May 24th. That's about a day or two before America. For Australia, the release date has not been officially announced. Well, we should be getting it about a day or two before the release in America, which is May 25 for America, May 24 for the UK, but for Australia, it's yet to be officially announced. To more news, Star Wars Celebration 2019, it's about a year away. Where and when it's going to be exactly has yet to be announced too. There's been speculation, Anaheim, that seems to be a good location. But 2019, it's about a year away, about the Easter time, the last time for the Star Wars Celebration. That was in Orlando. It was a great sort of Star Wars gathering. You're messing with the hardcore Star Wars nerds, including me. Let me tell you, when you go to one of these events, you better be prepared to rock with thick skin, because Star Wars fans are hardcore. Anyway, to more news, The Last Jedi, during the week here in iTunes Australia, went down to number 4 in the charts, but today it's gone back to number 1, so showing a bit of life there for The Last Jedi on iTunes. So that's number 1 for The Last Jedi on iTunes. To more news, Force Friday seems to be still looking like it's going to be on April 13, Friday, April 13. It may be the week after. That's yet to be officially announced as well. This is all a bit sort of speculation, but this is based upon a lot of activity I've been seeing online in various points. So April 13 could be Force Friday for a Star Wars story Solo. And to more news, the Solo trailer looks like it's also going to come out with the Avengers Infinity War coinciding with that release in the cinemas, and depends on what part of the world you're in, but 24, 25 or 26th of this month, it's April, looks like Solo could be making its official trailer debut. Because so far we've only got the teasers. They're teasers. They're quite good teasers, to be honest. But yeah, we're waiting for that trailer. So look out for April 24, 25, 26 for the Solo, a Star Wars story trailer. To more news, there's been a lot of speculation with Meryl Streep possibly playing Princess Leia or General Leia in Episode 9. It's only rumours, speculation. For me, I'm not really with it that much, even though she's a fantastic actress. But that being said, me coming from Australia, there was a role she did for an Australian movie that I didn't think she did very well in. It was Evil's Angels. It was all about the dingo taking a baby from Lindy Chamberlain. It was a big story here back in the 80s, I think 80s. I didn't think she played that role very great. It was okay. She's still a great actress, but Meryl Streep has been heavily rumoured she could be playing Princess Leia or General Leia in Episode 9, just to let you know. To more news, Ron Howard, the man, I'm telling you, the man who's coming out with the best Star Wars movie very shortly with Solo. That's what he's doing. He directs Solo. Ron Howard confirms there will be a Solo trailer, as I sort of announced just a couple of items ago. But he does confirm it through his Twitter. He's been rocking some great pictures during the week, fantastic shots. So Ron Howard does confirm that there is a Solo, a Star Wars story trailer coming this month. My speculation is it's going to be between 24, 25, 26th, one of those dates, depends on what part of the world you're in, coinciding with the Avengers Infinity War movie. Anyway, that's the news for this time around. Gotta say big thanks to Sean with Sources of the Forces. He's always coming through with Sources of the Forces, meaning some news items he provides myself, and coming from myself from various outlets. Anyway, so that's the news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views is not about how many views a YouTube channel gets. Please don't look at my one at the moment, but it doesn't matter. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm here for you, no matter the views. But anyway, and views is not predictions. It's actually about story ideas that I have. So the story idea I have this time around is, how can you have Luke Skywalker come back in Episode 9? The big discussion amongst the people who didn't like The Last Jedi, that's Episode 8, is that they thought Luke Skywalker was killed off too early. In my opinion, I think he was dealt with nicely as the character. I would have liked to see him go to 9, but it doesn't really faze me that much. Snoke's death phases me more than that, and also Phasma, because it was not much we got to know about those two characters, along with other things. But how can you have Luke Skywalker come back in Episode 9? It has to be through a Force Ghost. But how can you sort of accomplish something that fans have been wanting since Episode 7, which is a heroic lightsaber action shot? Now, if you do remember, in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, Yoda came back as a Force Ghost, and he was actually holding a stick in real life. This sounds a bit bizarre, but how can you have Luke Skywalker come back? I reckon it would be interesting, a little bit far out, but you got to do it really delicately, is to have Luke Skywalker actually handle a real lightsaber as a Force Ghost, rocking some heroic moves in defeating the enemy towards the end of the film. That would be a real great climactic sort of scene to Episode 9. Part of the climactic scene. It can't be just the only one, but that's how I would do it, is have him come back as a Force Ghost, handle a real lightsaber. Let's wish that it was the green one, and rocking some heroic moves that we've been all sort of been waiting for since Episode 7, Force Awakens. But that's how I would do it. But the other part of my views this week is, how do you write Episode 9? Because I remember coming out of The Last Jedi and going, man, how they're going to deal with Episode 9, I don't know. Because what that story did, The Last Jedi, Episode 8, is leave the hardcore fans sort of with a lot of starts and stops to things that happened in that movie. Snoke, the Dreadnought, the Jedi Tree, Luke even, Phasma, things like that. How do you write Episode 9? It's either going to be two ways, and they're two unfortunate ways, but how you deliver it is going to be important. Episode 9 is either going to be cluttered with a lot of stuff happening all at once to end this in an epic conclusion, or you're going to have it so simple it could come off a little bit dry. The simple way of dealing with it is Kylo versus Rey, in that sort of light. But those two ways are going to cause a bit of friction yet again with the Star Wars community, because it's not going to have that sort of poetic conclusion to Star Wars in this trilogy. Unless the script that's already out there, J.J. Abrams has delivered and is about to start production in July with, let's just hope that that's going to be an epic conclusion. But it's either going to be real cluttered with a lot of stuff, or it's going to be very simple. It may come off a little bit dry. But I would either, personally, I don't know which way you could do. I think both ways could work, but they're going to be both, they're going to be dealt with in a great delivery. You know, something, I don't know. So it's going to be either very simple or very cluttered. Anyway, so that's my views for this time around. It's a little bit quick, but just thought I'd give you some, an idea what I thought. Let's get into the reviews. Reviews this time around is The Last Jedi Blu-ray. Straight off the bat, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. The whole Blu-ray. The big point that it got lost is that even though the content on it was great with detail, and you know, the director and the Jedi was great, the deleted scenes were great, it just lacked more things on the actual Blu-ray. Like a lot of the things I've seen on StarWars.com, they could have included in the actual box set of the Blu-ray, the steel case or whatever you want to buy, you know, the 4K. But I just think this is just, it needs to be in that one package. It's, you know, in a way, I can see how Disney are handling this, so you can sort of check the StarWars.com and you can check the Blu-ray, stuff like this. But I think it just needs more items, more, you know, the bloopers would have been great on there. The Johnny Williams orchestral thing would have been great on there. And by the way, you want to check that out on StarWars.com. It's sort of like almost a virtual reality, sort of, it gives you all angles of the Johnny Williams doing the music. It was fantastic. You can move the actual camera around. It's amazing. But yeah, so it gives 9 out of 10 for The Last Jedi. I think in the director and the Jedi part, it confirms to a lot of those fans that, you know, Rian Johnson lacked a little bit, where Mark Hamill, who, aka Luke Skywalker, sort of had a better idea in how the story should have gone. But nothing against Rian Johnson. He delivered a great film. Like, I thought his film, it was a Star Wars film, it was great. Very good on Rian Johnson. But it also sort of says in that particular documentary, the director and the Jedi, it just shows how Rian Johnson got really in there. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, and she is great for Disney, and she's great for Star Wars, let that be said, really was a great friend and really, you know, revered him as a director. I just think the intricacies of being a hardcore Star Wars fan and what we really want to see was just not there. The only conclusion I can come up with this Last Jedi, or this divide, is this could be a setup for Episode 9. This dryness that we're going through right now with the story, empty plots and stuff like this, this could be a great setup. So Episode 8 could be highly revered by the time we get Episode 9. But The Last Jedi Blu-ray, let's just get back into that, was a 9 out of 10. It's definitely worth a buy. Get the steel case cover, 4K, whatever you like. It's got some, I mean, the actual documentary is a 10 out of 10 by itself. The deleted scenes was a 10 out of 10 by itself. The other parts were okay inclusions. I would have liked to see more stuff on the Blu-ray. Just really all the information we can. Anyway, that's my reviews for this time around. Let's get into the interviews. 2 questions. That's 2 questions. Well, I asked myself for you guys out there. First question is, what should be the Rian Johnson trilogy be about? After the backlash he's been getting, what should it be about? I think personally, I reckon the best trilogy, and it would bring the fans back in, and it would be interesting, is a whole Thrawn and Ezra, that's from Rebels, the animation, a whole Thrawn and Ezra trilogy. And not just Thrawn and Ezra, like bring back even Ahsoka and Sabine. So you've got the male and female sort of versions of the Force, Star Wars, things like that. That would be the best fit for the Rian Johnson trilogy. A Thrawn and Ezra thing. That would bring the fans back to Rian Johnson, and it would also create something different, and it would also create something that is not been seen. Because Thrawn and Ezra, technically, at the end of the Rebels season, and this is a bit of a spoiler, is they went into the unknown regions. It will start us understanding what's there in the unknown regions. Anyway, that's my idea. And my next question, which I've really answered, which is, should Ahsoka and Sabine Wren be in this Rian Johnson trilogy? And I think yes. I think Ahsoka's character towards this point of the storytelling of Ahsoka was great. In the beginning, annoying, but at the end, great. Sabine has always been on point. Thrawn, I don't like the blue face, but I still like his character. Ezra, he's good, not great, but still good. So, should Ahsoka and Sabine Wren be in this Rian Johnson trilogy that I proposed? Yes, I think it's great. Anyway, so that's the interviews for this time around. So, please, subscribe to this channel. The Force Awakens only on YouTube. Repeat if you like for the detail, or just, you know, recapturing the news and things like that. Like and share the video, but also now I'm available on Patreon. If you want to support me in this channel, just go over the Patreon, The Force Always, and you'll see me there. You can assist this channel via Patreon. That's www.patreon.com. Yep, that's right. And as I say, always at the end of each Star Wars, The Force Awakens, whatever you like, episode, until next time, keep rocking.